My name is Ed Besterfeldt. I'm with the Chemical Coaters Association International, and I'm here to give you tips on choosing the right pretreatment. Now, you have to start with an objective. You have to know what kind of parts you're dealing with, whether they're indoor parts, outdoor parts, and what type of performance characteristics you're looking for. So first thing we look at is what kind of substrate are you working with. It might be a ferrous material like steel or cast iron. It might be aluminum. There are different types of aluminum, again, casting, extrusions. We also work with zinc-coated metals, galvanized, hot dip galvanized. A lot of variations there. And sometimes there are component parts in a partially put together part that might contain copper, brass, other metal components as well. And we also pre-treat plastics. So all of these have different characteristics, and what we're trying to find is what are the right combinations to give you an effective pre-treatment process. Once we know the characteristics of the material, then we know what we need to remove. And sometimes it's an inorganic soil, sometimes it's an organic soil. Organic soils are typically mill oils, machining coolants, forming lubricants, might be a rust preventative. An inorganic soil is more like mill scale, weld scale, laser scale, and they take a completely different approach than the organic soils, but often it's a combination of both, so we have to understand what those soils are to effectively clean them. Now, to clean them, we take an approach where we use tact. We juggle tact. Tact is time, action, chemical concentration, and temperature, and we vary those four elements to find the exact right pretreatment. Now, we still haven't identified the chemistry yet, but we also have to follow along and make sure that we are getting effective cleaning, because if we don't, you're going to have poor adhesion and poor corrosion resistance. Now, following that, you have material that is, your soils are in the solution, they're clinging to the parts, and you have to rinse. And rinsing is an extremely important part of this activity to get good clean parts. Most people use city water or well water, and it's different in all different parts of the country. Some of the well water is very good, or city water is very good, and some of it's very bad. May contain chlorides or sulfates, which are corrosion initiators. So we've got to be able to effectively remove not only the soils and the cleaning solutions, but we want to make sure we get those elements off too. So those molecules are very essential, and if we can't get good water, then we recommend using DI water or RO water in its place. And when we talk about water, you need to know what the regulations are in your community. There are regulations about what can go down the drain, and that can be very specific to whether you're going to a public-owned treatment works, a river, a stream, a pond, or out into your front yard. So know the regulations, and then understand what kind of equipment you have to work with. Pre-treatment can be done in various ways. It could be done in buckets, it could be done with a spray wand, immersion tanks, a sophisticated spray washer. All of those things are systems used to do pre-treatment, and ultimately you have to do a cost-benefit analysis to determine what's best for you. Now remember the most important thing, a very poor coating can perform with excellent pre-treatment, but a very excellent coating will not perform with bad pretreatment. Now you see that there are a lot of variables that go into determining what the right pretreatment is. The most important thing you can do at this point, if you know all those variables or if you're not sure of them, consult some of the industry experts. A lot of suppliers out there that are more than happy to help you.